Hello and welcome back to another episode of PG's Minecraft command tutorial. So in the last video we talked about the scoreboard command, and this video is supposed to be sort of a continuation of that. The commands that we're going to talk about actually before 1.13 were actually part of the scoreboard command. You used to have to do what we're going to do today through the scoreboard command, but Mojang, and I think rightly so, made these guys their own command. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the tag command and the team command. They had sort of a place. They are very similar to functions that the scoreboard should have in a lot of ways, but I think it makes more sense for them to be their own commands. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how do we actually use these functions. So the tag and the team command are very useful functions for delineating entities in different ways. The tag command can be used for single entities, and then the team command is useful for grouping together multiple entities, making different groups of entities, and then useful for manipulating that in different ways. So with that, let's get started. So the first command I want to talk about is the tag command. So just like I said in the intro, the tag command we're going to be used to delineate certain entities from other entities. The tag command is useful for making arbitrary groupings or arbitrary delineations for certain entities from others. And then you can use tags in a lot of useful ways. One of the main ways is selecting. So let's take a look at that. First, how do we add a tag? So first, you go tag, and then you say who you want to. For now, I want specifically this pig right here. Let's say I don't want this one, or this one. I want this pig right here. So what I'll do is, they all look the same. So then, how do I choose it? Well, I don't have any good way to choose just this pig right now. So like if I did /tp, I wanted to teleport one of those pigs to 0, 0, /tp, and e type equals pig. Then I just want one of them. Which one is it going to choose? Theoretically, it should choose the one closest to me. So let's do that. And you see it chose the one closest to me and teleported him here, rather than choosing this pig, which is the one I actually want to. So let's take a look at the tag command. You do /tag. Then you have to choose the right pig to do. So let's do we'll do type equals pig, and we'll choose the pig distance. And he looks like he's within 2 blocks of me. Make sure it's within 2 blocks of me, and then we'll add. So when adding a tag, I have sort of a personal convention that I use when adding either scores or tags. So for a score, what I'll do is I'll capitalize the first letter like this. So if I wanted to add a score, I would do teleport. And that would be the name of the score. Well, if I want to do tags, I do make sure that the entire tag is lowercase. So I want to add the teleport tag to this pig. And you see it only adds it to one pig because all the other pigs are far away. So it adds it to this one. And now, if I want to teleport one of those 3 remaining pigs to 0, 0, what I do is /e. It's not going to just choose the closest one. What it's going to do is choose based on the tag. If I do pig or type equals pig, tag, actually, yeah, so tag equals teleport. And I tell it 0, 56, 0. And you see it chose that one. And now you see if I try to, just to show you that it's not because I was closer to that one, if I do the same thing. He hasn't moved, so let's move him just a little bit so that you can see very well. It doesn't just choose the closest pig, it chooses the one with the teleport tag on it. So, like I said, you can specify just single entities, or I can make sort of an arbitrary group. So let's say I wanted to teleport this one pig, but then I also wanted to teleport this one chicken. So what I can do is I can add the same tag, slash tag at E, type equals chicken, and I make sure I'm selecting the right one because it's the one that's going to be within about 2 blocks of me, so within 2 blocks of me. We'll add and type the same tag, and it adds this guy. So now, I want to teleport both of those guys, so slash TP at E, type our tag equals teleport, and we'll do 0, 56, 0, and it teleports both of them right here to 0, 0 because they have the same tag. So yeah, you can sort of use the tag command to arbitrarily delineate certain entities, to have an easy way to select them, or just separate them from others of their kinds, different things like that. You can add tags to players as well, like if I do slash tag PG805 add, I can also add the teleport command to myself, so that when I do this teleport, it also teleports me as well. So the next part of the tag command is the list part of it. So you see if I type slash tag, if I want to see all of the tags that any entity has, then I'll just select all of the entities and I'll just type in list. And so you see it says 11 entities have 2 total tags, teleport and best. And so you should be thinking to yourself, that's kind of strange. There's I only added the tag to this pig here, this chicken here, and I myself have a tag, that best tag. So then, why is it counting all 11 entities? Well, if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 entities, including myself, and then these eggs as well are also entities, these items. So what it's doing is it's actually just saying, like, of all the entities that you selected, which was every single entity in the world, they have 2 total tags combined between them. So these 2 are actually the same tag, so they would be, it's counted as 1, that's why, and then I have 1, so then the best tag and then the teleport tag together, that makes 2 tags. So you can also use this to see specifically, so like if I wanted to see how many have a specific tag, then what I would do is I'd just select by that tag. So slash tag equals teleport. So you see, it doesn't tell me what entities they actually are, but it does tell me that there are just 2 entities that have the teleport tag, and that they don't have any other tags on them either. They only have the teleport tag. Similarly, I can also just check what tags I have, and I can just do that, and you see I have 1 tag, which is the best. Now the final part of the tag command, let's do at E, is if I just want to do all the tag, select everybody with the tag that equals teleport, and so I can just remove them. So you do have to actually tell it which tag you want to remove, which we know they both have the teleport tag, so if I do this, then I can remove the teleport tag. So if they had other tags, I could have removed another tag from them, which might be useful if, like, say that within the group of teleport tags, a few of them have this other random tag that I added for some reason. I was like, well, I just need these guys to have the teleport tag, so let me just remove that other one. I can select by the teleport tag and remove that one from the specific ones that have the teleport tag. So that's tags. They're pretty easy, and they can be used to delineate and separate out certain entities, to give them a sort of unique identifier, to help making selecting them easier instead of having to decide through some arbitrary method. You can add an arbitrary tag and then select them through that. So now we've talked about the tag command. Now it's time to talk about the team command. The team command actually can be used fairly similarly if you really want to, although the tag command is more lightweight and just easier to add and remove tags from different entities, you can also sort of just do the same thing with teams. So then the question is, why would you want to? Um, let's take a look at the command here. You see, it has a lot more options. Whereas the tag, you just had to add it to the entity. You have to actually add the team, then you have to have the entity join the team. So it seems like a lot more work to have this team here. Why would you want that? Well, it all comes down to this modify command, which we're going to talk about last. It has a lot of very useful features as to you changing the behavior of how entities interact when they're on a team that you can't do with tags. So if you just want to be able to select certain things quickly, you probably want to use the tag command. But if you want to change the functionality between different entities within how specific groups of entities interact among themselves, then you're going to want to use a team here. So the first thing we have to do is we have to add a team. What we're going to do is add team yellow. And you see there's also this optional display name. So just like the score, if you wanted to, you can use JSON text using that same format, using the text, text, then, you know, like yellow team or whatever, and if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it as yellow right now. And you see, like, this would have been different if I kept that JSON text, but I'm just going to leave it as yellow for now. So then we can go to team, and you see the next thing is empty. So I'm actually on a team right now. So if I type in hi, you'll see my name is blue because I put myself on the blue team and changed the blue team's color. So if I do /team empty blue, now when I type in hi, you see my name's white. Well, let's say I didn't want to leave the team. The next thing is join. So this is how you actually add people and entities to that. So to a team. So you just type in team join, then the team you want them to join, which I want to join team blue, and then I type in the ones that I want to add, which is myself. Now let's say I wanted to add this pig. I want to add all the pigs to the red team and all the chickens to the green team. Well, what I can do is do /team join red at e type equals pig. And you see now it doesn't even matter whether or not they're players. You can just add entities to teams as well. So all these pigs are on the same team, and I want to do the same thing for the chickens. So I'll do chicken, and I'll do green. So then the next thing we can see is you can do leave. So let's say I didn't want all the chickens on the green team. I just wanted 3 of them. And let's say it's this guy. This guy right here, he doesn't want to be on the green team anymore. So we'll just do /team leave at e type equals chicken. And we'll make sure it's this one. So we'll do distance equals ... 2. Would have been easier to select them if I had a tag on them, right? So I can do that, and I don't have to put it in the team because you can only be on one team at a time. And so it removes it from this guy. He's not on a team anymore, and it actually lists out like his entity name, his big old entity identifier right there. So yeah, that's how you can leave a team. If I wanted to leave a team, I would just put in my name, or if I wanted all the chickens to leave, well, then I can also just select using multiple chickens and do type equals chicken, like that. That would have all the chickens leave their teams if they wanted to. But for now, we're just going to leave the team set up as they are. So the next thing, team list. So then this just lists all the members on the team. So if you check green, you'll see there it has 3 members, the 3 remaining chickens who did not remove their team. If I type in yellow, the team I just created, there are no members on Team Yellow yet. I didn't add anybody to the yellow team. Red, see red has 4 members, which are going to be these pigs. It's showing their actual identifiers there rather than what they are, because that's how the game decides. And then if I want to say do team list blue, you'll see it just has me. If these were players on the team, rather than just generic animal entities, they would it would list out their usernames just like it does here for the blue team. And then the second to last thing is remove. So let's say I don't want the yellow team anymore. I'm not using it. I've already got a team for the chickens, for the pigs, and for me. So then I can just remove the yellow team, and it removes the yellow team. So then this is where the team command gets very useful, is this final argument here. So if you do team, modify, and we'll look at the green team first. And then you see there's quite a few options here. There's collision rule, color, death message visibility, display name, friendly fire, name tag visibility, prefix, see friendly invisibles, and suffix. So we'll start with an easy one. We'll start with color. You'll notice I've already added the colors for blue and red. So if I want to add a color, well, there's 16 colors, and then there's this reset option. So it's your aqua, black, blue, dark aqua. You know, I won't go through all of them. But there's 16 here to choose from. These are the Minecraft colors. It's what all of like the wool and stuff usually are. Although rather than being light colors, it actually has like dark colors, and then the actual regular colors instead of except for purple. So just take a look at these either here or on the wiki, and you can decide a color from there. And I will select its green team, so obviously I'm going to make it green. And see now, the chickens team is now green, like it should be, because I've changed its color. So the next argument I want to talk about is the team modify, and do the pigs this time, the collision rule. So by default, there's 4 options here. By default, everything has a collision box. So if I, if I spawn this new pig, let's see, I can push on it. It can push me if I'm standing here, and it pushes me. These pigs have it, so like if I come over here, I can push them around, that sort of thing. So I can turn that off. I can set this to never. And so now, you see I'm walking right through them. I'm not pushing them in any way. I'm just walking right through them. If they were walking towards each other, which if I get a carrot out here, you'll see they stand right in each other because they're not actually colliding. I can also set it so that they can push other teams. So setting it to either push other teams or push own team, which are these next 2 arguments, means that they don't do what you have them set to. So if I have them set to push other teams, you see they collided with each other now. I still walk through them though. So push other teams means that they don't push other teams. Similarly, push own teams now means that I can move them, but they won't collide with each other. So keep that in mind when setting collision rules. So one of the other things I can change is just the display name. So I modify green display name. Similarly to scores, I can also just do like text. Green team. Team, and then I can set it to be bold, bold, and that to be true. And see, now it's green team in bold rather than red like this. So then I can also display name. I can just have it set to text. To change it back, I'll just do text, and then I'll change it back to green. See, now it's back to normal. And again, when you mouse over this, you see the actual name of the team, just like in scores. So yeah, talk about JSON text later, but again, you can see how that works. Yeah, if you know any, then you can already use that to set the display name to be something different than the actual name. The next one that we're going to look at is C-friendly invisibles. So we're actually going to do this for blue. And we're going to set this to C-friendly invisibles. We're going to set this to false for now. So it's by default on, but if I do this, and I spawn a pig, and first I gotta add him to my team, so I'll do /team join, at e type equals pig, distance equals .2. Oops, I forgot to add the team, so we'll do is just come back over here and type it. So it adds this guy to team blue. So you see if I get an invisibility splash potion, and I splash this pig with it, he's gone. That guy's gone. So now everything's invisible. So now if I, this guy's on my team though. So if I change this to be true, true, you see now, he looks like a little outline of himself, or like a little transparent version of himself. So I still can't see these guys, but within the team, I can still see the invisible creatures. So then the last arguments I want to talk about are the prefix and suffix. So we will do team modify blue prefix, and you see it has to have JSON text. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do text. We're going to do blue team. We're going to add this space here. If I don't have this space here, then this gets smashed right up against my name, which is not going to be a problem, except for the fact that I think it will look better if I have that space there. So we do text blue team, and we will do bold. I will make that true. Oops, I want this one to be a comma. And so now, anytime I type in chat, you see it puts this prefix here. I can do the same thing with suffixes using JSON text. I'm just going to change this back to that, and you see, so if I set it to that, then I set it again, I now have no prefix. I can do the same thing with suffixes, and so basically all it does is, if you're on the team, it will add this like a blue team. So it can be useful for typing in chat and whatnot. If you're on a server that has like an admin, you can make an admin team and have it so that their names show up as like having admin in bold using JSON text or whatever, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's how you can do the prefix, and then it works the exact same for suffix. You just use JSON text and it'll show up on the end of the name rather than before it. So there's a few arguments that I can't show you very easily without being on a server. So I'll just mention them real fast. So first one's death message visibility. So you can see you can have death message for a team always on, or you can hide it for other teams, or hide it for your own team, or just never show a death message for a certain team. You can have friendly fire. And so you can set that to true or false. So basically, if another player was here with me, and I set us to be on the same team, and I set this to false, then they wouldn't actually be able to attack me. Name tag visibility, you can do again, always on, hide for other teams, hide for own team, or never. Yeah, those are the ones that really have to do with other people, and so if you're on a server, then those when you're designing games, keep those in mind, because those can be very useful when designing games. A lot of times you won't want to damage your own team and just damage other teams. That can help out a lot if you've designed your game around that for some reason, that sort of thing. So just keep these, keep those in mind while you're working with this command. So that was the tag and team commands. They're pretty simple commands. Not a whole lot to them, but they serve a similar function to the scoreboard command, which is why they used to be lumped in with the scoreboard command. But there's a little bit of nuance to them. So I thought I'd make a video on these before moving on to slightly more complicated commands. So just remember, if you want to use tags, if you want to just make selecting an entity easier, you probably want to just use a tag. And if you want to change how different groups of entities interact amongst themselves, like whether or not they can actually push themselves around or do damage, then you're going to want to set up a team. With that, I want to thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate all of the feedback and stuff, same as last time, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.